And we are live. So welcome to Buggy Christmas episode 1. Sorry, we are just 10 people for now. Welcome everybody. Thank you everyone for coming. Sorry if I have not invited you still, but in 30 minutes we will make a turnover. We will change some people. So I want to give to everyone the occasion to talk about yourself. What have you done? I think we will have also some questions. So feel free to talk. And if you want to introduce yourself, I will start with Simon. Simon, let's start with you. Welcome. Let's talk about yourself, and then I'll check the comments, and let's see if we have some questions. Go.
Sure, man. Simon here. If you don't know me already from Twitter, I'm a software developer and running my own consulting business and doing a bit of hustling on the side. And 2020 has been absolutely awesome. I almost feel bad about saying it in these times with Corona and all, but it's absolutely been great for me personally. And as I actually tweeted the other day, I think that working remotely becoming mainstream has actually, for me, contributed a lot to it. It's been really awesome being so much on the internet. A year ago, just before we entered 2020, I had around 350 followers on Twitter. So it's been like I just crossed the 27,000 follower line today. So it's been absolutely amazing, and that's also been a part of the whole remote, being so much in front of the computer and being so much online. I think it's been absolutely great.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. We don't have so much time. Marc, hi. How are you, man? We have the Christmas.
I'm fine. Thank you, man. Yeah. So for everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Marc. I'm based in Luxembourg. I'm a full stack web developer, Vue.js, Nuxt, Node.js, and so on. I work for myself, so I have also a consulting. I wouldn't say business. I do it. It's a one-man show, so I just do consulting for some clients. 2020, as Simon said, I almost feel bad for saying so, but it's been a great year, business year. Also, as him, I started with not many followers, like 500 maybe. I'm now at 25K.
Yeah.
And the year has also been great for me because I spoke at my first conference. And I'm very proud that I had the chance to interview Avenue, the creator of Vue.js. That was, I think, the highlight of my year. So,
yeah, thank you, Marc. I know that I follow you since January, and we are here now. It's crazy. Yeah, thank you. So, Mads, how are you?
Yeah, hey man. I'm doing well. My name is Mads. I'm from Copenhagen. And I work as a front-end developer, and I work in a digital agency. So I'm using like Vue and Nuxt, and kind of same as Marc, for different clients on lots of different projects. Yeah, shout out. And then I think the year overall it's been weird, right? Because I kind of transitioned into like working from home a lot. Before I was always at the office, but it also gave me some time to focus on like this online presence thing that we all know, where you build up your Twitter following and maybe you release a digital product of some sort. So this year I actually felt like I had the time to create a product. So this is also the year where I wrote my first book, like my first info product that I released a few months ago. So in that way, it's been a really like exciting year, like online, even though it's been kind of weird, in like the normal traditional sense. But I think it's been pretty good for me so far.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Let's see if we have here Igor, Deepak, Tadas. Yeah, just you, Tadas. It's so many developers. Jay, how are you? Jay, yeah, we have, yeah. That's great. We have love and shot. Laura, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, my neighbours are running around on a quad bike, so if you can hear it, just try and ignore it. Sorry. But yeah.
Don't say quad. Kelly gets crazy when you say that.
Yeah, so I found programming this year in May. So I started self-teaching in May until September, and then from September to December I went to boot camp. So for me it's been an amazing year as well, you know, a year of massive personal growth. I feel like I finally found my thing, and I'm just really excited about 2021 and getting my first job.
Nice.
Perfect, Laura. Yeah, welcome to this group. We need to go fast. Sorry for that. I would like to give a chance to Stefan to introduce himself and talk about himself. Stefan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just, because you know, as always, there's some guy with cats in the stream, and I'm this guy in this stream, and my cats are hungry.
Pay attention or get kicked because we have so many people that want to join. So yeah.
Okay. So I pay attention. So hi, I'm Stefan, a front-end and Node.js developer from Austria, and it has also been an amazing year for me. And it all started with this Santa Claus here up to my top right in my stream. When he asked me to give feedback for his app in January or February, it was the first time when I got a real value out of Twitter and made some amazing friends. And ever since then, I invested more in my personal brand and made new friendships or got new friends. And yeah, I'm about to start a new company next year, but I will tell you more soon.
Yeah. Thank you, Stefan. I really love your hat. Your hat is becoming your brand. I really love that. It's the turn of Tadas. Tadas, how are you? Man? You are doing great this year.
Of course, I'm doing great this year. So I'm Tadas. Normal during the daytime. I technically still work as an embedded C programmer, so nothing like most people here. Then I started learning Flutter this year 2 years ago I started learning Flutter, and this year I started a YouTube channel to teach other people about Flutter and stuff like that. And then I started using Twitter for the first time as well I'd say February. I think I made an account in January. I didn't use it up until like June really, and then Raf, he kind of gave me a shout out or something out of nowhere when I had like 50 followers, and then that's when I started using it in June, like actually. And yeah, it's been amazing since then. And now this next year I'm going to be quitting my job and trying to create a startup. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, best luck with everything. That's really best luck for everything. Yeah.
Thank you, Francesco.
Eleftheria, it's your turn. Yes, please introduce yourself.
Yeah. So hello to everyone. My name is Eleftheria, but I know not a lot of people can pronounce it, so you can just call me Eli. It's much easier. I'm a front-end developer and educator in high schools here in Greece. And I also create YouTube videos. I'm doing my master's in graphical arts and multimedia. I am freelancing, and I also like to work with social media too. And that's it. I was short.
Yeah. And good luck with your YouTube channel. I really like the tone of your voice. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Catalin, it's the first time that I talk with this man, and I have on my channel. I'm really honored to have him here. Catalin, please introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Catalin Pit. I'm a professional Twitterer from the beginning of the year. I make a fool out of myself on YouTube. And when I have time from Twitter, YouTube, and things like that, I code. I'm a software engineer. I'm at the beginning of my career, so I do almost anything, front and back end. You call it full stack. And yeah, this is about me. I'm not very good at introductions, so if you have any questions, drop them in the chat and I'll answer them.
Yeah, we'll see. We will have, but yeah, you did great in my opinion. Yeah. And last but not least, we have Prem. I'd like to give a little longer introduction to him because he made like a video about me, and we released this today. But not many people has watched that, but just to check that video. And please introduce yourself, Prem.
Hi everyone. I'm like Catalin, not very good for introducing myself. I'm from Australia, Sydney, and I'm a software developer as well. And this year, the greatest thing I have done was quitting my job and starting my company. Basically, it's like a software consultation, but I like to look for the business person who has idea and then collaborate with them and then do the startups rather than looking for the clients. That's what I have been doing, and I'm running 2 startups at the early stage. Hopefully, it will turn out something good in next year. Yeah, that's it. And like a couple months ago, I met Francisco on Twitter. Before that, I was like completely nowhere in the social presence. I was like one of the guy who like to stay behind the corner and then always code. And Francisco really pushed me, and now I'm trying to come outside and try to like get familiar and comfortable in social media. Let's see.
I remember that some months ago, maybe some weeks ago, I said like try to make like a short video and put that, and this maybe can change your life. He was the very first one. I still remember that, and now he is here. So you have been fast, Prem. Congratulations on that. So now,
thank you.
Yeah. So now let's check if we have some questions. Let's see. I see quotes. Let's see, Daniel.
Yeah, we should ask Catalin about his quotes.
Catalin.
Most of you know everything about them. I even posted some videos on TikTok.
Catalin, we already know what your second channel will be about. We already know that. So
that's gonna be my main channel.
Of course. Let's see if we have some questions. Otherwise, we can just talk about ourselves. And basically, as I said, I exactly 1 year ago, I had 0 online presence, and now I'm wearing a Christmas hat with 9 awesome people in a live stream. So this is possible in 1 year.
Yeah, man, you went downhill.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe some people are leaving this channel, but that's it. Let's see. We can code. Let's start. I like this. Thank you, Danny. I think if you want to answer, you can raise your hand, maybe like this, and I'll give you the word. So someone want to answer to this? What is something you hate about development? Go, Marc.
Yes, what I hate about development is the communities that are like super extreme. Like, for example, if there are those people that are, no, like React is the best, or Vue is the best, and there's nothing else that could possibly be better. Like, I really hate that extremism from some people in the community because, those tools work both or all of them equally good. And I think it's a thing of personal preference. So that's one thing I hate about development.
Sure, man. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, thank you, Marc. Someone else? I've seen Prem has raised his hand.
I was about to say the same thing, but he already covered it up because I saw many people like basically like who recently started in a couple years, and they know one technology a little bit more than other, and then they start making statements saying that, okay, that technology is not good, this is much better, even before they actually doing some project on the other technology, and they already there to make a claim that this technology is better. And that's really like make me like sad. Like, that's not how you're gonna compare the technology. So that's what I want to talk about.
I see maybe Tadas, do you want to answer? Yes, please.
So I don't know if the word hate is the right word for it. I don't necessarily hate anything, but I think a lot of people don't focus on the fundamentals of programming as well, especially with like all these new frameworks coming out. I've noticed this especially with Flutter. Like, it's so easy to make something that people can make an app that works, and they have no idea like how it even works. So that's one thing that I dislike, I guess.
I remember this because you talked about this. Someone else?
Well, I want to just add on Tadas. Sorry. I had an intern before, and he was just literally new, and I was teaching him React with the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and he said while learning, he learned HTML, he learned CSS, and I said, now you have to master the CSS fundamental. And he said, JavaScript, isn't the JavaScript we learn along the way? That's what he asked me. I said, like,
Exactly.
I don't know what to say. I said, please stay in the fundamental.
Yeah. Someone else wanna give an answer to this? Raise your
Yeah,
hand.
the only
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go, Catalin.
the only thing I hate is that jQuery doesn't get enough love nowadays. It's just the best out there, Mark. Sorry.
Yeah. And now we will make a video about that, jQuery versus Vue.js. So we have also also talk about that. Let's see if we have some. And then if you want to, do you want to answer to this question? Anybody else? Or I can, yeah. You can also try to do your best because I'm looking for some other questions. Let's see if we have just hey. Yeah. So what I hate about development, basically I like that. In general I agree with Mark. Sometimes we have people, maybe it's because they learn something and they think that that's the best thing in the world. For example, I can talk, I can, for me it's Docker, but I'm not really a Docker advocate. You can use other container engine, it's not a problem for me. So it should not be about talking about that, but about ideas, projects, collaborations, communications. Eleftheria.
Yeah, what I don't like is that sometimes people wait that in a specific time frame they will learn something. So they ask you, is 1 week for HTML enough? Are 2 weeks for CSS enough? But it's different for everyone, and everyone wants their time to build projects and to learn and maybe recap some things. So you cannot say I need a week or I need 2 weeks. But sometimes people really insist on that time frame. This is something that I don't like.
This is exactly what I did in the beginning. So exactly, I want to learn React in 2 weeks. So exactly what the mistake I did. So thank you for pointing that out. Yeah.
It's also like if people say, "Oh, can I become a front-end developer in 6 months?" Well, yeah, but that depends how much you work at it. If you work every day, then sure, you can do it in 6 months. But if you work, 3 hours per week, well, then probably not. It's going to take longer time. So it's really hard to answer these because what is 2 weeks? Like, is that 2 weeks of full-time learning every single minute? No, probably not. So it's kind of not really useful to think in length or like times.
Yeah.
And I think on the top of that, I think it depends on the mentor too. Like, do you have a mentor or you learning yourself? Sometimes you'll keep learning the same thing that you are not progressing. You are not like moving your needle towards your goal. If you have mentor can literally tell you which one you learn after you're learning one topics. So I think that will add up really more value into the time frame. That's what I think.
Yeah. Simon, do you want to say something?
I just wanted to add that there's a lot of people gatekeeping in development. And it's a little bit towards the same as like which framework is better than which, but there's also a lot of title gatekeeping. When are you an actual software developer? When you're a junior, when you're a senior? And just as Mass just added right now, you can get your first job in 6 months related to something with coding. Whether you define that as being fully fledged software developer, some would say no. I would say that it doesn't really matter. Like a job in tech is a job in tech, and I'm a senior developer, and I learn things from junior developers all the time. Just because I have more than 5 years of experience doesn't mean that I can be a rookie in so many areas. So there's a lot of gatekeeping. I kind of hate that about development.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Laura, do you want to say something, or you can pass to the other questions? Also, Stefan.
Yeah, I'll go. I think for me, as a beginner, it's like that everyone expects you to know everything. They start talking in terms that they're really used to, but to you, it's just all gobbledygook, and that's something that I find really, really hard. I probably don't hate it, but I do find it hard.
Okay. Okay. Let's say, we can use that word. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Stefan.
Yeah, I just wanted to add. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's something that really caught me at first. That software development is more about social skills than some people expect. So it's really important that you take care of the other person you're talking with. In terms of words you use so that people know what you're talking about. You don't use just high level words that people know after 5 years of coding, because that was something when I started my first job as a software developer that really frustrated me at some point, and that can make a huge difference if you love or hate software development, the people you're working with.
Yeah, thank you, Stefan. Thank you. We need to go faster, so now I switch questions. If someone want to answer to this one, which was the best opportunity you got from creating content? So someone wanna Eleftheria? Cool.
Yes, so I got a great opportunity. Maybe some of you guys already know that, but maybe some from the audience don't know that. So I wrote an article about 100 days of code, and I posted that article on Medium. And then someone saw that article and offered me my first public speaking opportunity. That was in another country, so that person had also some sponsors and stuff like that. So he invited me to that conference, and that's how I started also being a public speaker. And I think that was the greatest opportunity ever for me. And it was just by writing a small article on Medium. That was it.
Yeah, thank you. Someone else? We have Marc.
Similar to what she said. I wrote a blog post about how to create your own little framework based on Vue.js things on my blog, and that got me to the next step where Vue.js Amsterdam invited me to speak at their conference, and then that led again to some other stuff like the interview I told you before with Evan. So all created from like a couple of blog posts.
Yeah, thank you, Marc. In my case, it was the Danny Thompson that invited me to his Google Developer Group Memphis webinar to talk about Docker, and from that I started to get more confident about talking in front of a camera. So this was my opportunity. Thank you, Danny. Someone else? Laura.
Yeah, so for me, I think it's just it's given me a voice in the community and the opportunity to join in on things like this, which I love. And also earlier in the year, I was on the JavaScript Jabber podcast, and I think that for me was quite a big deal because I think it's quite a popular one. So it's just nice to be able to have the different opportunities and join in with the community, even though I'm still quite new.
That's great. Thank you. Someone else?
Yeah, I'll go.
Matt.
So mine is a little bit different because this wasn't directly from creating content, but I was interviewing for a new job a few months ago. And then during the interview, they kind of asked, well, what do you do in your free time? And then I thought, well, I actually wrote a book recently about coding and kind of having the right mindset for coding. And that was a really interesting topic to kind of discuss during an interview because I felt very passionate about it, and they could tell that. So because I had, spent time on this product, I could talk about it well. They could see that I was like passionate about this. And I think that helped me in the end to actually like get the job. So in a way, that opportunity came from creating content. I might have gotten the job anyways, but this was a really like nice way to show them that I really care about coding and stuff like this.
Thank you, Simon, and then Tadas. You can raise your hand while the other speaks, so I know who to give words later. So Simon and then Tadas. Simon.
For sure. I got the opportunity to meet all of you guys here in this chat and many, many more on Twitter. That's just basically been the biggest one for me. Like a lot of super, super duper amazing people. That's basically just it.
Tadas.
I had this amazing opportunity pop up to me this year, and I can't express how good it was, but I was interviewed by this really cool guy named Francesco. And man, it was one of the best experiences for me this year.
Wow. And also I'd like to say that I think you also started making some interviews, so go check them. Good best of luck with them because I've seen that they are also really good. Yeah, and also best of luck for the other content. Tadas, I've seen one of your videos reached a lot of views, so I'm really happy about that. Yeah. Some other one? Otherwise I switch. No other opportunities. Okay. Let's see. Do you think someone want to talk about React? I'm not really an React expert. Do we have some React expert here? Want to talk about that? Mats?
Yeah, I mean, yes, is the short answer, because I think React is just so big. Like, the ecosystem is so large. There's so many jobs using React. There's so many products that have been built using React in the last few years that it's going to continue to grow. Because new frameworks come up and they do things in a different way, like Vue and Svelte and stuff. But the whole ecosystem around React, with all the components that you can get, all the UI libraries, all the if you Google how to do something in React, you're going to find an article or blog post or something about someone who's experienced that before. And I think that alone is just going to keep React going for several years.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon.
Totally agree with that. Also, if you see the evolution of React, like looking back at React 5 years ago, it was quite different. There are some fundamental things that are still the same, but it was quite different. So to see that the library in itself and the project evolves so fast as it does, that also means that it will survive. It's not going to be a thing that's going to be outdated, or the specific way that you do things in React is going to be outdated. They're just going to update it to keep up with where the industry is going.
Yeah, I agree with that. I want to focus on React. I still need to choose between some frameworks. I know that there are some Vue.js fans among us, but I still need to choose one. So I think about that these days. Stefan, did you want to
start with the React first then?
I don't know. Let's see. Stefan.
Yeah, I agree with Matt. So because I'm on the React team here,
let's not start a fight, because otherwise, what Marc said before, he starts by hitting us. Marc, you want to say something?
Yes, I think a couple of years ago, a lot of companies bought into React, especially because it's backed by Facebook. And I think that's like a massive amount of opportunities there, which won't go away soon, because everybody says, oh yeah, React. But I also tweeted about that I think Vue.js will be bigger than now in 2021, because of the new version 3. There's a lot coming with it, TypeScript support and composition API and all the good stuff. And they're also building the same thing that React presented now, the how's it called, the server components, something. They are looking into that, and I think 2021 will follow that trend also in Vue.js. So I think both of them will rise. Not so sure about Angular, but there are still a lot of jobs there. But I think there are many also switching over to either React or Vue.
Yeah,
it's my feeling.
Yeah, thank you, Marc.
Whatever you do, just don't pick Flutter. Like, that's
invest into Flutter.
How it goes.
So I think this will be the last questions of this group. Then maybe if you want, you can stay. Otherwise, if you need to go, you can leave. You can invite other people, because I see some popping banner, like say someone wanna join this chat. So someone wants really join this chat. But before doing that, Jay is asking. It's not a question, actually. That will be a big topic. I probably don't have questions. Let's see.
So you kick us out from the stream?
If you haven't answered a question, he will kick us out.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Or if you answer too many,
Yes.
I asked a question in the chat if you want.
Where was that?
I'm curious to see other people's opinion.
This one?
Yeah.
Does that mirror the real tech?
When I say real tech, I didn't word it correctly, like the tech in real life.
In my opinion, not really. So because there could be some very amazing developer who has not joined Twitter yet. So I think that like me, for example, the last year. So this is but in my opinion, doesn't really matter. It's something different. Yeah, Simon.
think it was Mark first, actually.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah. Go, Sam, and then we go, Mark. All right. Go.
All right. Sure thing. I think in terms of popularity, if you look at Twitter and see what's the topics that are gonna be brought onto the table the most, I think that resembles pretty closely what you see out in the industry. Python and JavaScript being tweets that easily get 1,000+ likes if you just use the words.
Yeah.
I think that popularity actually does resemble reality quite a lot. That's also why I typically recommend picking one of these two technologies.
Yeah, I agree. Mark?
Yes, I think Twitter is a great way to keep up with the bleeding edge or what's like really going on new in the tech world. But so you see a lot of JavaScript, especially JavaScript and Python. But something that Danny Thompson always says, there's such a huge market for example, PHP, that not that many people talk on tech Twitter. It's so huge and so many opportunities. That's just one example, but there are so many that are overlooked on tech Twitter, but in the real world, they are still bigger than, for example, Vue.js probably.
Yeah. As I said, I think it's important to have an idea what's going on. But I think there are so many languages. Maybe they are smaller communities. Maybe I think it depends on the people that we follow. We can choose our very small communities. Someone else has raised his hand. Mats.
Yeah, so I'll agree with Mark for sure. But I also think something that's maybe a little bit different on tech Twitter is I think a lot of us, we kind of understand the importance of learning the fundamentals, like Tadas said earlier, and how that's like a really good way to improve as a developer. But I think sometimes in the real world, almost every company I've interviewed at have been interested in like how well do you know this one framework that we use. So a lot of people, might think, okay, well, if I just learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I'll be doing good because that's what everyone on Tech Twitter says, and that's what I think is important too. But then when you get to an interview, well, then they want to ask you like, how well do you know Vue or how well do you know React? So you kind of need to know both in a way. Like you need to understand the fundamentals to know what's going on in a framework. But at some point, if you want to get a job, you also need to learn a framework in like front-end development. So I think that's kind of where sometimes there's a little bit of a gap between, what we preach on Tech Twitter and what companies are actually searching for, at least in my experience.
Thank you, Mats. Tadas.
So I was gonna basically say the same thing as Mark, but I guess I'll just add on to what both of them said. Is I think it doesn't necessarily reflect most of the all of the markets, at least. I know there's definitely a lot of embedded C jobs out there as well, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like talking about embedded C on Twitter. So although I think we can summarize it as that tech Twitter kind of tells you what's popular and what people are moving towards, but not necessarily what is the current state of the real world or the real tech.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
Yeah.
If I can add one thing to that, it's also, I think front-end development is the easiest to get into for new developers. So that tends to have like the largest popularity on Twitter. Yeah. Not because it's easier, but it's easy to get started. Because you can open up an HTML file and you can download Create React app and you can get started. But it's a lot harder to get started with embedded C or DevOps work and stuff like that. Even though the job market for that might be as large or larger.
Yeah. So someone else want to answer? Catalin, not because he made the question, but do you want to answer anyway? Yeah, have you answered? Yes. So I think, guys, if someone want to stay, you can stay. If someone want to leave now, so we can give out to other people the opportunity to join this live. Thank you. And if you are about to leave, you can also say goodbye, say something, say where can we find you. Someone want to leave? No.
I would love to stay, but I also want to see other people here. So I will just follow the stream and ask some questions. So I will leave the stream and I will join the chat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
I'll head out. You can let some other people in, and I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah. Thank you, Tadas. Thank you. Best luck.
I'm gonna follow along as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you guys.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah, we should have a few.
I think that I will leave too. so other people can
Kick
join
me.
as well.
So is everybody leaving now?
You should leave.
I'm gonna stay because I want to meet more people.
Let's see. Tadas, you can leave, or I
I'll
can
stay.
remove. We have them for. Maybe you can just leave. Yeah. Yeah, the rest is not connect. Oh, that's great. Yes.
Hi.
We have
Hi,
some
Sarah.
Twitch. We have one spot left. Let's see if someone is fast. Let's
Hey
see.
guys.
Yeah,
Great
I
to
don't
see you.
really want to kick people. You look there that you really want to stay. Let's see. We have Luke. Let's see. Otherwise, I need to start to kicking people. Sorry. Let's see. Let's see.
Don't worry. We're
Yeah,
still friends.
Yeah. Let's see. So after this one, yeah, the oldest one will be kicked. Let's see if we have
Who's on the list? On the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, yeah.
Just got a wheel. Just
Yeah,
deciding how to get rid of people.
I can't. Yeah, I really can't see.
So I
Can't
really
see.
wanted to meet people, so let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. We don't have questions. I can't find questions. You can also make
Not yet.
questions. Otherwise, I have plenty of questions if you want.
I just want to say I'm happy to see all these faces because with some people I talk daily and it's nice to see those person face to face. It's always nice when you see how they look, how they sound, and it's not just over text. So that's why I wanted to stay more because I'm not doing these live streams a lot, but some of you are doing, like Francesco, he's on a roll.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on, but I'm doing this kind of streams to get used to that. And thank you for joining, Catalin. I was really looking forward for this. So let's see if we have. Yeah, if you want to drop questions, where is Danny? Danny's in a meeting, I think.
He was on the chat before.
Maybe, yeah, Mark.
Was in the chat. Yeah,
Mark,
yeah,
is,
Mark.
Mark is on the other side. Yeah, so he left to actually make a question. So, what's your favorite new tech from 2020? This is interesting. Someone, the new ones first. And before this, please introduce yourself really fast. Luke, you are muted.
He froze
You're
right as
muted.
he went to introduce himself.
Yeah,
Voice
not
is
working.
coming.
go.
It's a silent
Yes,
introduction.
now it's working. Yes, now it's
Okay.
working, right? So yeah,
working.
I'm Luke. I live in Spain, and I started my web development journey a year ago at age of 42, having 4 kids, and this is really challenging for me. But I believe that the year 2020 brought me new challenges, not just my kids, right? But
Yeah.
in terms of professional challenging, and I am delighted to be in this community, and I am really feeling like being part of it, and it's good to be here with you, all of you. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to be here.
Yeah.
2020 has been a real challenging, and as well, I believe that for most people has been in other ways challenging. So as I said, it's great to be part of someone, and it's something bigger than me. So thank you.
Yeah. Welcome, Luke. Welcome. Devin, how are you?
Well, so I'm Devin. I live in Connecticut in the United States. I started learning development in April of this year, and I recently started working my first front-end job in the end of November this year. It's just been a little over a month. But yeah, I'm 31. I had no coding knowledge up until April, and that's where we are. So I'll keep it short and sweet so you can get to other people.
Yeah. Welcome, David. Yeah. Sarah,
Hi,
how are
everybody.
you? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Francesco?
Fine.
I'm Sarah. I'm from Dallas. I've been coding for about 5 years, and I'm the only developer at my company. So I joined Twitter and met all of you wonderful people, and you guys have been so amazing, and I've learned so much for you guys, and I'm so happy to have connected, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Sarah, do you have an answer for this? What's your favorite new tech from 2020?
Okay, well, it's not new tech, but I really enjoy PHP. Like you guys were chatting earlier, it's a lot stronger than people give it credit for. You can do a lot of really neat things with it. I was able to work with it on an API project where JavaScript would not do what I needed to. So I'm a big fan of PHP.
Okay. Someone else?
Sorry to interrupt. I want to leave other people in because I'm in the chat and some people want to join, and we can do another call at another time privately or still.
Yeah, before leaving, what do you want to answer fast to this? What's your favorite new tech?
I don't have a favorite new tech. I still like Node.js, React, the old stuff. Old. So nothing new for me. Maybe Next.js, but I don't know.
We'll see.
Okay.
Bye,
no, and thank you, everyone. Bye.
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 Later.
Bye. Okay.
You can kick me out if you want. It's okay.
Yeah, it will be a pleasure.
He's very happy.
I'm joking. I'm joking because I consider she really a friend. Please don't block me. Don't block me, Ellie. Please. Yeah.
Goodbye, guys. See you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
We have a great queue of people lined up. Then I'm gonna hit it as well, Francesco.
Yeah.
It was absolutely lovely being on here tonight. Thanks a lot for inviting me.
I'm really looking forward to see more content of you. I'm sure that there will be. It will be great. Thank you also for your video. It has been
YouTube war.
Incredible.
It's really nice to see you, man.
Yeah. Anna and Simon, please greet each other before one is leaving. One has just come out.
Hello. Hi guys.
Hi.
So nice to see you. I look very white. I feel like my light is on a very harsh setting right now. I look like a ghost. But
yeah, but look at me. I'm orange.
Look at me. But
so we can mix.
I can also change your
I got this. I got like a setting on my. Let's see if I can. Ooh, that's better. That's nice.
Yeah, we have 2 more spots. Let's see if do you have any hands? Okay, so do you want? Do we have Annie? Let's see.
Annie.
Great.
Yay!
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, VGS. So do you have answers to this? Do you have any new favorite tech in 2020? Or
I mean, I really fell in love with Tailwind. I mean, it's not from 2020, but Tailwind really.
I want to take a look at that. Yeah, this is one of the things that I'd like to take a look. It's getting high. Yeah. Make a video about that.
With Devin. Yeah, so I had to mention it. Yeah.
Storybook is a great thing.
Yeah.
Someone else. And please, Annie and Anna, introduce yourselves.
Oh yeah. Annie, do you mind if I go?
Annie.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
No. Annie, as you say, as you want.
Okay.
Anna.
So yeah, hi everyone. I'm Anna. I'm originally from Australia, as you can probably tell from my accent. But I live in Germany now. I'm still studying web development. I'm not working in it yet, but I do tutor. I'm in the course learning, but I'm also tutoring in the same course with my fellow students. So I like to think that I know my shit, and I'm getting there. So hopefully next year will come with a job, and I just love all you guys. I mean, talking to you is so much fun and a big part of my day now. So it's great being here. Thank you.
Yeah, and so you also started your YouTube channel, your tech YouTube channel. You have so many. You have like I don't know, 5 YouTube channels. I don't know how many you have. I'm subscribed to them all, but this will be a technical coding one.
Yeah, I have like my one because I used to be an opera singer, so I have like one from when I was an opera singer. I have one from when I was making videos for card games, and now I have one for being a web developer. So
yeah. Annie, what about you?
Hi, I'm Annie. Hi. It's like really similar being like next to Anna actually, because like I'm also from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually living in Canada right now. So I graduated from a boot camp last summer, and I'm just currently in my second job as a developer. I was working in an agency before, and about a couple of months ago, I switched over to a startup, and it's been a really interesting journey so far. So yeah, thank you for having me here. I'm glad I made it in.
Welcome. Yeah. Any Anna, do you have an answer to this? What's your favorite technology in 2020?
Okay, well, it's not really new, but for me, like in my previous job, I was working with a lot of like HTML and CSS. So it feels like my favorite new tech is like React and Next.js and that I'm working with in my new job. So that's kind of new for me just because I wasn't working in it professionally until a couple of months ago. So I hope that counts as an answer.
No, that's great. Bye-bye.
For me, I can't really comment because I only really started learning this year. So everything is new tech to me. JavaScript, I guess.
So JavaScript is your favorite new tech for 2010.
Yes. I actually have my own question. I have my own question, and sorry, it's a little bit off to the side. But Devin, have you ever considered adding an I and an N to your shirt so it says "We Devin"?
Oh wow!
Oh, that'd be good. I should.
Yeah.
Blowing.
I should reach out to Dan.
You brand. Yeah, I would love to have that name Dev in. Yeah.
Yeah. Devin Dev.
Yeah.
With Devin.
Let's see. We have a question. Yeah. So how are you doing? Do you want to say something? Look, for example, do you have a favorite tech 2020?
Well,
I'm enjoying...
I cannot say that I have a.
Oh, sorry, Luke.
Luke. Yeah.
I can't really say that I have a favorite one because I'm a beginner myself. As I said, I started in 2019 to code, but like everything is new. But I tend to be an agnostic when it comes to languages and to coding and to programming because I just want to get the thing done. As I am, I'm as a freelancer. I wanted to be a full time. I did all my best to have a full-time job as a web developer, but it didn't work, and it was just it was a scary experience. And but I don't have a favorite one actually. I just I do really like JavaScript. Yes, I could say that JavaScript at this very moment it is my favorite one because of its versatility. I love it. I mean, you can do everything you just have in your mind with it. And I tend to go because of Chris Dixon and Marc Backes. I just started Vue, and I like it so far. Yes, because it's based on JavaScript. So yeah, I could say JavaScript it is then.
Perfect. We love JavaScript. I had like Francesco Hart and JavaScript for like months as a nickname. So that.
I remember
already.
that. Yes.
You know that already. Yeah. People started to think that JavaScript was actually my surname. So yeah, that would have been really great. So now, here this one. I'd like to give the opportunity to talk about this. So I'll give the word.
I think we should throw it to Devin for this one. Devin,
one.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I have my moments. No, I don't think I'm an expert in the field, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah. Please, if you who wanna start to answer to this?
I'll go.
Sarah and Laura.
I think it's great being a woman in tech this year. I mentioned earlier I'm the only developer at my company, so I don't really have experience working with a team of people. So like I said earlier too, I joined Twitter, and now I have all these amazing women on this feed and more women that we all support each other, and I'm so grateful that we've met. And so being a woman in Twitter, I feel like I've got a really strong support system from other ladies, and so I haven't had any trouble. But then again, I haven't worked on a team yet, so. But as far as support goes, I think that there's that it's great.
Perfect. Laura.
Yeah, like obviously only entering tech this year, I don't really know what to compare it to, but like I don't know how it's been in the past, but it's been really great for me. I mean, I've met obviously a really supportive group of women, and we chat a lot, and I think that's really helped get me through, and to want to keep being part of the community. I think if you can just bear with the creepy messages some days, and just sort of put them to one side, the rest of it is actually pretty smooth going.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking on this because I think some of you know I wrote a blog article
Yeah,
recently
yeah.
about ways in which the average person at a tech company, or really at any company, can make things better for women. And I got quite a few people messaging me privately, I will say, both before this article and after this article, talking about some of the things I spoke about there. So although I am just learning web development, I did come from the corporate world. I used to work in project management and marketing, and a lot of the things that women in tech have spoken to me about are the same things that I've seen women in other industries speak about. I think it's just a bit more amplified because we are still such a minority, generally speaking. We're underrepresented, I would say, in tech. So the usual things, I think a lot of women feel like there's a lot of pressure on them. I think that would be the biggest thing, that because people either haven't worked with a woman before in tech, or they have a stereotype about how women are in tech, i.e. that they're more on the design side, or they're more about UI, or they're not so technical or not so mathematic, all these old stereotypes. A lot of people have those in here, and they're not necessarily in here. Like, they're not doing it consciously. I don't think there are very many people who are consciously trying to like drag women down. I just think a lot of people have these old stereotypes in their head, and as a result, women feel pressure to fight against those, and so they feel like they're trying to prove themselves a lot. And that kind of like fighting to prove yourself can be really tiring, because most people just want to go to work, right? They just want to go to work, do the work, like get a paycheck, go home. They don't want to be fighting battles all day. So I would say just for anyone out there who's kind of wanting the quick version of what my article said, I would say things like just making sure you're not interrupting. I think there are plenty of statistics out there that women get interrupted a lot more than men do. So just be kind of conscious of it, because it can be, like I said, instinctive, not conscious. The other things were, God, now I have to remember my own article, to not bring up the fact that they're the only woman maybe all the time, to be like, oh yeah, you're doing so well as a woman. It's like, well, no, maybe they're doing well, like things like this can kind of put unknowing pressure on someone, and just making sure that your female colleagues are being heard. If you notice other people talking over them, or being disrespectful in some way, just kind of taking them aside privately and saying, hey, what do you think about the meeting? How do you think that went? Do you feel like Bob was crossing the line there? Just kind of being a good friend. I mean, this stuff should be, I think, just normal humanity, frankly, and like that we should extend to everyone. But unfortunately, from what I've heard anyway, from other women, there is still a lot of these miscommunications happening, and it's unfortunate. But as I said, I don't actually believe that there are many people out there, maybe a few, but not many people out there who are actively like, arg, women in my industry, like I don't think that's what's going on. I just think there are some old bad habits in there, that's all.
And we need to fix that.
If I may jump in as well, I just want to say that I've actually had a really good introduction like to tech as like a woman, because when I went into boot camp, the boot camp that I went to was like really like, female friendly and everything. I don't remember the statistics, but it was almost like 40 or 50% of my cohort friends were all like women, so it was very like equal. And so when I came into the industry from that kind of like background, I didn't feel like really discriminated against or anything. I can definitely see that there are the differences in tech, but then if I think about it as well, like they say like the first woman like female programmer was, the first programmer was a woman, like Loveheart, is that her name? can't remember exactly.
Lovelace.
But yeah, so
Ada Lovelace. Yeah.
Lovelace, that's it. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, so like for me, I haven't seen like that. Like personally, I haven't experienced like too much like discrimination or anything. There's a lot of support for women tech. People are trying to, make the ground, even out the playing field, and it's been a really great experience so far. Like I've definitely seen it, but yeah, for me personally, it's been okay.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say that, like, on Twitter at least, I feel like there's been so much support. Like, really, I've spoken about this a few times, and I'm sorry, I know I'm talking everyone's ears off, but for me, I was really hesitant. I'm in my early 30s. I'm a mom. Like, I haven't done anything technical since I was in high school. Like, I did software design in high school, but I dropped out actually because I was one of only 2 girls in the entire class, and I got all the maths jokes. I got all the sandwich jokes all the time, and it weighed on me, and wore me down. And I just went, you know what? I'm just going to drop this subject because this is really frustrating. So I didn't do it in high school in the end. And so I was worried, right? Because I had that experience coming into tech in my 30s, like with a tiny toddler child human, and being like, are people going to welcome me, or are they going to be like, hey, no, this is for young guys in their 20s who are going to like break barriers, and we're going to like be the next Elon Musk, like I was like, I'm not that person. Are they going to welcome me? And I have to say, it has just been so lovely. Lots of people in this chat, lots of people who are not here, but they know who they are, who have just reached out to me and been so supportive and wonderful. And I have to say, like, on that side of things, I haven't, aside from the creepy messages, I haven't felt any discrimination.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got one the other day. You guys, maybe a few of you remember, I got one that said, hey, dear damsel, you are so glorious. And I was like, oh my God. What is
I
this?
got the same one once before.
Some of them are very creative.
I got one the other day asking me if I wanted to be someone's sugar baby. I considered it for 30 seconds. I've been in that job. I was like, maybe. But no, I think getting creepy messages online is part of being a woman in the world, not just a woman in tech. I think it's just something we women have to put up with.
That's true.
Yeah. So do you guys have any specific message for male colleague or male tech leader that can help to make the ground for women?
I think I've said my bits. I'll leave it to the others if there's anything more.
Yeah, anybody.
I think Devin needs to leave, and I just want to say bye.
I just want to say bye. I'm sorry, I got to stand up in like 3 minutes.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
nice
to meet you, Devin. Bye.
Sorry,
Bye,
Devin. But
hold there.
I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Have a good holiday. I hope everybody in the chat has a good holiday.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Danny's here.
Yeah.
He's over here. All right, bye.
Bye.
Danny, who? Sorry, who's who?
Danny.
I'm just here so I'm not fined. I'm just here so Francisco doesn't kick me out later.
Yeah. You can stay. Yeah. That's so. Yeah. So does anyone has this an answer?
Yeah, I can answer that question. The way I see it is like before you ask the question or anyone, it's honestly this answer is relevant to everybody. It's like if you're gonna ask or say something, you can think like, would I say this to a guy? So, would I like email a guy and be like, hey, damsel, or like, would you, well, I don't know what they say, I can't think of it, but it's like, I think about that, and I don't do it just for women and men, like I do it like both ways as well. It's like, am I asking this person this specific question because of like the way they look, or is it something that I would ask anybody? And that's kind of how I approach it.
Can I just say, I really question if there was like one person in society somewhere that was successful with one of these messages, because I've yet to see any result that was ever positive from sending somebody like, oh, I just love your code. Can you go out with me? Like that doesn't happen in real life. So I don't know where people got the idea like, oh, let me just send this complete stranger this super creepy message. This is exactly what she's been waiting for. She's never heard it before, and she's going to fall in love today.
Yeah, that's why you have to send a dick pic as well, Danny.
Yeah.
You have to get backup, yeah.
That's where that's the disconnect right there. That's the disconnect. We just got demonetized for that comment. But on top of that,
we need more of Annas in the industry so that more of Anna can fix this sort of problem. I guess.
Yeah. Danny, there's the foot in the door tactic. They think it's gonna work.
I genuinely don't get it. I genuinely don't.
I
I
don't.
don't understand.
Me too.
I don't
Me too.
understand.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, my DMs are closed on Twitter. I still occasionally get creepy comments or telling me I'm beautiful or whatever, and I've never met that person before. But yeah, I feel it kind of stinks feeling like I need to keep my DMs closed because I would like to open them, but I also don't want to get any creepy pictures or pictures of things I don't want to see or anything. So I just don't do that. And I have DMs open to my mutuals. But I do kind of think that stinks as a woman that we can't, that I don't feel safe being able to be totally open and because I'd love to help other people, but I just don't feel the risk for that outweighs me opening my messages up to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but my DMs are closed too. So, I'm just saying. It's closed because people ask me for free laptops. It's not closed for the same reason.
Yeah, we get that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have
Laura?
Yeah. Yes. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm one of the lucky few that I don't seem to get as many creepy messages as the rest of you girls. So I'm not sure whether to be insulted or not, really. But to answer the question earlier about how you can make it better as in your department or as a leader, I think it's just making sure you're not treating the women in your team any differently to the men. Speak to them in the same way you would, and don't think, oh, I don't have to be careful how I communicate with this person. Just, they're the same effectively. Just communicate with them in the same ways and give them the same opportunities to speak and stuff.
And I would just add to that because I think that's spot on. But I would also say keep an eye out, like especially if you're a manager or a supervisor, keep an eye out for other people treating them differently. Because that's the other thing. I think it's really easy to think as someone in the industry, well, I don't do any of these things. I do treat everyone the same, so I'm doing my part. End of story. But it's also about looking out for your colleagues, right? If you really care about your colleagues, and this goes for anyone really, but especially for women, especially for people of color, especially for anyone who is LGBTIQ, it's really important that you look out in case other people are being unfair to them, and you maybe pull that person aside and say, hey, I don't think that was cool what you said earlier to our colleague. And then at the same time, go to the other person and say, hey, I don't think it's cool how they treated you. Do you want me to say something? You can also do these things. Just be there for them, make sure that everyone's on the same page. I know it's super awkward, but the fact is that if someone is being a sexist ass to me, right, and I bring it up to people are going to be like, are they though? Because are you sure you're not imagining things? Are you sure you're not just trying to cause trouble? Whereas if my, male colleague brings it up and says, hey, I noticed that John was a bit of an ass to Anna. I don't notice him acting like that way with men. Should we say something? Is that a problem? Can we do something about that? It's a lot more powerful coming from him than it is from me. So I think that's one thing I would add. You have to do it for yourself, but also just keep an eye out, just make sure that everything's cool with everyone. And if you are thinking, I only interrupt women because I interrupt everyone, that's a bad habit. You should stop that anyway. So so fix that.
Perfect. So thank you everyone. I'd love to have five women and 5 men at some point. So I'm working on that. Let's try to fix that. So Stefan and Prem, you are gonna be kicked soon. So if you wanna say something before, you can stay some other minutes. And then Danny, please introduce yourself. Yes. So yeah.
Kick me anytime when somebody's coming in the queue. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But now, you can stay.
Let us stay until
Yeah. Danny. Nobody knows you. Go.
Who is Danny?
Yeah. So, for those that don't know me, I'm D. Thompson Dev. I'm Danny Thompson. I am a professional chef and swimmer, and I just do coding on the side. No, this body's not made for swimming at all.
To be fair, your chicken is great, apparently.
Yeah, my chicken, as the youngins say, my chicken slaps. So, my chicken is good. But, I worked in gas stations for over 10 years frying chicken. And then I found Twitter and made everyone believe I'm a world-class developer, and the rest is history. So I found Twitter in March, and the fact that over 50,000 people and grown, 56,000 people follow me now is insanity to me. But I'm glad that you enjoy what I have to say and what I bring to the table. And to be honest, I more enjoy Twitter not because of people following me, because that number could always drop to 0, and I would just keep posting the exact same thing I'm posting. I'm more grateful for the relationships and the people that I've met and basically joined along the way. I never would have met Annie, Anna, Stefan, Accolades. I mean, Luke, Sarah. I could have probably done without Francisco, but everybody else has been.
I'm not going to take this one. Yeah.
I just joined next week.
I think it's pronounced Franco, actually. Franco, that's right, isn't it? Isn't it?
That's the Australian way, isn't it, Anna? Franco, that's how we do it.
Franco is another name, Franco, actually.
In Australia, we would have called you Franco.
Francesco.
Anna is the best one. And Danny, I told earlier I said that I had this great opportunity because of you, and now I cut that part out of this video.
Honestly, it wasn't even a great opportunity for you. It was a great opportunity for us. We were so happy to have you there. You were beyond phenomenal. I don't know why you haven't been speaking this whole time. And I truly hope that this YouTube channel is the beginning of many great things for you. If it wasn't for your friendship, if it wasn't for the genuine human being that you are, I wouldn't even have literally created this time to be on this thing for you. Yeah. You are an amazing light in this area, and I hope you just keep on growing and producing and doing amazing things.
Yeah, thank you, Danny. As I said, maybe it was more inside my head. I was like blocked. I was worried, as you said. It's not even, I could speak a little bit in English even before. I was really blocked inside my mind. So thank you for that opportunity, because that really changed my life. Next thing, where is Florian?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So it's rough coming on. Let's see. If you have any question, do you have any questions also too? Because I don't see any coding related questions.
No question in there yet.
Let's see. I'd love to have 5 women. Let's see if we can.
I'll ask a question in the meantime. Everyone here, obviously, we're all, for the most part, about social media and development. Who do you think everyone should follow that isn't in development? Like, who is someone that is an account that every time you log on Twitter, you're like, man, I love seeing what they post, or it gives you ideas? Where do you get ideas from outside of just the regular tech accounts? Because we're all like 200 people that everybody knows, right? So, like, who outside of these 200 do you think people should pay attention to?
Yeah, I can start.
No idea. I'm just starting into it.
I think I only follow dev people now.
I only follow tech people.
Okay. I'm the only one that follows Chrissy Teigen then, because Chrissy Teigen is my thing, man. She posts some of the craziest stuff and always has.
Can you write in the comment? I'll follow her too.
Chrissy Teigen, she's John Legend's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, John Legend's okay. Then
if you like Star Trek, I follow Batleth Babe. She's great.
Okay.
So,
please write everyone on the comments so that I can click and then go to the
I actually follow like other accounts than just like tech accounts, and one of the accounts that I follow is called Archilek or something. It's actually, they post like these really, really cool, interesting visual images. I'm gonna drop the handle on the chat. Yeah, it's like a really, really cool account. I mean, they got like 2.2 million followers, like for good reason. Wow. And they're just beautiful, like just really kind of like thought-provoking images. So yeah, I follow a few like different random accounts, like artist accounts and different things. So that's one of the accounts that I follow.
Okay. Yeah, I'm following that.
And we have somebody in the comments that said Naval, and I agree with that as well. I definitely love Naval.
Oh yeah, Naval's good too. Yeah. Oh, Orange Book is another one that I really like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's my lane. Like I'm a very big believer in whatever you ingest for the most part should be provoking a thought to some level. because I feel like I was actually just having this discussion. Last week I was speaking at a university. I said a lot of the time when we like look at our lives and a lot of people section off like 8 hours of work, 8 hours of rest, 8 hours of sleep, and I'm like, are you really utilizing all your hours when you're working? Like, I know there's a lot of time where we're like searching social media, whatever it may be. Yeah. But if you really think about it, let's say you only use 8 hours a day. You're genuinely only using 1/3 of your life towards something. What are you doing with the rest of the time? If you're not doing something that provokes a thought, like for me, when I try to associate myself with people, I want genuine human beings that will challenge me if I'm wrong. They'll correct me if I'm wrong. They'll let me know if I'm right. They'll maybe possibly validate whatever idea I may have. But on top of that, one thing that I look for if someone's in my social circle is that they're fanning whatever flame that I'm trying to achieve. Like, are they actually like helping me get somewhere, or are they doing the one thing that I surrounded myself with for years? Are they small minds? Because if you want to kill a big dream, you tell it to a small mind. They'll kill it instantly. I remember for years when I said I wanted to become a developer, all the small minds around me like, oh, you can't do that. Be realistic. Focus on becoming a manager at this gas station. That was the aspiration for my life at that point. And there's nothing wrong with that job. I just feel like, and especially if you surround yourself with better ideas and things that I don't believe my life was brought to fruition to play it safe. So if you want to play safe, that's completely fine. I just feel like there's nothing wrong with being a little bit courageous and maybe provoking a thought and trying something new. The only way you're going to ever do that is by actually exposing yourself to that content. Sorry about that.
No, that's all good. I was just going to say that I think the key is that if you have ambitions, if you have drive, like if you want to achieve things, surround yourself with people who are going to support you in that, right? Because I'm one of these people, I've talked to you about this before, Danny, where like for me, I just want to work as a developer, maybe become a scrum master or a project manager and like have a great life, support my family and like be able to kind of focus on those things. I love talking to you guys. I love making YouTube videos, but for me, it's not my ambition, right? So for me, that's great. But if someone comes along to me and says, I want to like run Google, like that's my goal, I want to do that, I'm not going to be like, yeah, you should probably just give up. You know, like it's about being a positive person and supporting other people and lifting them up. It's always about lifting other people up. And like doesn't matter what your ambition is, like it's just about ensuring that you surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you and give you the resources to get there, rather than try to bring you down, maybe because they're not happy with themselves or they're having a bad time in their own lives. I know that there's a lot of pain that often goes behind people who respond that way, but at the same time, it's not healthy to surround yourself with negativity. Not ever, I don't think.
Yeah,
completely agree.
Very
Thank
very
you.
good point.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So Stefan and Prem, I would need to ask you to leave because maybe we have someone else. Thank you for coming, both of you. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for your answers.
I also sorry to ruin your ratio, Francesco, but I also have to leave because we have to start preparing dinner for the tiny human.
It will be hard. I'll make this one day. So, no. Thank you.
And I'm sorry. I feel like I took up a lot of your time, but I hope that it was useful to everyone. So.
Yeah,
thank you. It was. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. We'll gonna do more of this one, and we'll talk more later. Bye.
See you soon. Bye, guys.
Follow that guy because we will see him in 2021. So let's. And Thomas, welcome here.
Thanks.
So do you like to introduce yourself? I really like your hoodie. Introduce yourself, please. I love that.
Yeah, they told me I had my own live stream today, and they said that does it glow in the dark? And I don't think so, but it would be awesome. So actually,
I've joined your live stream because I've seen your hoodie. You're scrolling on YouTube, and I clicked and I joined your live stream because of your hoodie. So this is great.
The thing is, I bought this one as a joke actually because my wife. This is the first time I use it. And I came down the stairs and she just, I hate that one. She didn't see it before. So I actually bought it as a joke, but I think I'm going to wear it more times now, actually.
I think it's great. If you're out walking at night, you're not going to get hit by a car or anything.
Yeah, that's great.
High vis.
Yeah, also useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. So, what are you looking forward to learn and try out in 2021? If you want to answer, just raise your hand like this. I'll try. Laura.
Hey,
Laura,
so
and then.
it's gonna be my last one because I've got to head off as well. So I'm just looking forward to learning more about what the industry is actually like when I get a job, and what a day as a developer actually sort of entails, and keep learning more about React.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Danny. Danny, go. Go, Danny.
Things so right now I'm learning Go and React, so I want to get further into that. I do really enjoy Tailwind CSS a lot, and I plan to explore that further. I've made several projects with it. I even made a crash course with it for beginners, and I genuinely think Tailwind, if given enough time, is probably going to replace the widespread love for Bootstrap. I don't feel like Bootstrap is really that great of a tool, but I feel like a lot of beginners adopt it early, so they get used to it. But I think the syntax is more commonsensical with Tailwind. And once you understand the basic premise, it is very easy to scale things because it makes logical sense. For example, like if you want to fix something on the left and right, you're using the x-axis as opposed to, left, right, etc. So you can literally fix your margin X with like 4 characters. You can fix the padding on the thing with 4 characters. So you can, you can make a full application without even having a CSS file. So like it can do some incredible things. So I want to get further than that. And my goal this year was to start learning AWS because I want to learn cloud. And that was thrown off because we're rewriting our entire code base. I was hired as a Java Angular engineer. And so now we're writing our entire code base on React and Go. So I'm like, well, can't start learning that because I got to learn React and Go. Otherwise I'm going to be unemployed. So I'm learning that now. And it's been exciting. It's been fun. I definitely, now that I understand microservices on a better level, I see microservices genuinely as the future of web development. And I think that's exactly where the industry is going to be going very soon. So,
yeah. I can get that. Look.
Sorry, guys. I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm gonna go. So it was really
it was fun meeting you, Laura.
Have a great day.
Yeah, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Annie, I saw you raise your hands also. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. So one of the things that actually there's a couple of things that I'm looking forward to. In our code base, we're slowly integrating TypeScript, and that's something that I've actually never done before. I know on like the Twitterverse, there's like, it seems to be a really divisive thing. Like you either hate TypeScript or you love it. But I'm like really keen to try it and get my hands dirty with it and like learn how to do it. So that's the first thing, like learning TypeScript in 2021. And then the other thing is Storybook. I think I've heard that is like a really good way to keep track of your components and all the little variations and stuff. So as like the front end engineer or developer in our little team of 2, I'm going to be implementing that into our code base early next year. So I'm super excited about doing that too.
Perfect. Someone else? Luke, go.
Yes. Well, I intend, like I said earlier, I intend to go with Vue, and as in Spain, PHP it's required, and MySQL as well. So I'm gonna just go deeper with PHP, and just continue what I've just started this month with Vue. And it's like I said early, it's very like demanding for my brain to just go with that. I never, since before 2019, I have never touched a code. I have never known how to code. I mean, I didn't know that that world existed for me, and it's just every day something new, of course. So this is my opportunity to just to prove what I can to myself. and to excel in what is my goal. And also, I'm gonna just take this opportunity to thank you, Francesca, for the opportunity to be here. I need to go. My family is waiting for me. And it has been a great time. Thank you for the invitation, and it has been a great time to be with you all. Thank you.
Yeah, and looking forward, Luke, we need to do that interview together. So keep a spot for me, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we can maybe we have bye, Luke. Bye. I think we are almost done, because I have the premiere with Florin Pop interview at 6 p.m. So if you want to come there to watch it, it has been really great. Do you want to say something? I'm checking if you have any other questions. I would like to give space maybe more on Danny and Thomas, who has just joined. I don't know if you remember some of the old questions. Thomas, do you want to say something? Or Danny, for example? Yeah.
I didn't plan this. I was just glad to join you great guys here when I saw that you had the live stream. So I didn't plan to say anything. I can tell you so much. I'm a developer from Sweden. I have my own YouTube channel, and I create videos there. And I also create premium courses, and I work as a freelancer. I've been doing that for 10 years. So I've been working with clients, and I like to see myself as a React expert. I love React, so I work with React and TypeScript now. So that's the stuff that I love to do, and I'm planning on creating a TypeScript course next year. And right now I'm working on
if I have TypeScript questions, you're the guy to go to then, eh?
To be honest, I haven't used it more than a year. I think I actually hated it first, because I'm kind of an old school JavaScript guy, but then I started to love it, so I use it all the time now. So I've been with the same client for a year now almost, and I learned a lot of TypeScript because it was a challenge in the beginning when I started that project, as I hadn't used that much TypeScript, and it's actually great in combination with React also. So I love that combination. So that's what
I was going to say, I love TypeScript personally. I'm teaching at a boot camp right now, and we just taught it to our students. And in the beginning, they hated it, and now everyone's adopted the practices.
Yeah,
I think it's something that's difficult when you first start, but once you see how much benefit it provides, I don't see anyone going back after that.
Yeah, it's
I
hard.
think I like it.
Yeah, it's hard to go back once you get into it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
It feels kind of strange. Yeah, when you do plain JavaScript now, it feels strange. It feels kind of naked without the TypeScript. It's kind of really strange, actually. So I use TypeScript all the time now, and
perfect.
So that's what I'm trying to learn more next year, and I hope I get that good so I can create a kind of a beginner course in TypeScript next year.
Okay, perfect. So I think that we are done for today. I really would like to thank you, all of you. I'd like to give you the opportunity to say goodbye and say something before closing this. Thank you all, because I've made an interview with all of you, for example, now, and for me, you have also helped me with my YouTube channel. I'm trying to create these strong connections with all of you, so I feel more comfortable now when I talk with all of you. So if you want to say something before we leave, this is the moment. Someone want to start?
I'll go, because I have a crying baby in the background and I have to go save him. But I appreciated you having us. It's been great getting to know you, Francesco, and I love what you're doing with YouTube. I love everybody here, and I'm grateful to have met all of you guys in the community.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah. You can go. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Bye.
Yeah, I also just wanted to say thank you, Santa Frank, for having us. It's been really, really cool getting to know the community and everything as well.
Yeah.
I think if anybody is new on the Twitter community, and just talk to people, everyone's super friendly and supportive. It's a really good part of Twitter. And I also just want to say, stay curious and just keep doing your thing. If you know kind of what you want to do, or even if you don't know what you want to do, just stay curious and just do it. You get somewhere. And happy holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Annie. Yeah, we need to plan a share interview soon. We will do that. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a little
Bye.
bit spoiler. Bye. Bye. So if you want to stay, so yeah, she left. Okay. Yeah. So guys, I'm really happy to have you here, both of you. I consider both of you my friends because I've spoken with you many times. Danny, Thomas, we need to do something together. And
Yeah,
thank you again.
And also Dan and I should do that.
Yeah.
Me and Thomas are going to do something too.
Yeah.
We're doing it without you, Francisco. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and now that I invited you, you said yes to me. I can't say no to you. If you invite me and I say, no, I'm busy, you say, no, you need to come. And I need to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm just grateful I had this break in between meetings. But to be honest, I just want to say one thing to the people that are here right now. I have done a partnership with Scrimba, and I'm giving out over $2,000 worth of learning resources. Yeah. Check out my Twitter and join that because I want to literally give you a resource if I can. On top of that, be on the lookout. Me and Thomas are definitely doing something at the beginning of 2021. Haven't figured it out yet, but I know if we put our minds together, we can come up with something. So we're definitely going to do that. It's going to be obviously JavaScript, React, TypeScript, something like that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I was one of the people who said, maybe YouTube is not that much about collaboration. Instead, it is. Yes. Now I discovered that after all these interviews. now I am one of the persons who say, yeah, it's really important.
Well, I have a question for you, Francisco, real fast. Like, what do you plan to do after the interviews?
Yeah, I'll keep going on that.
Like, what do you plan as far as content?
Yeah, I'm Are you talking about content on YouTube in general?
Yeah, like content on YouTube. Like, are you doing 100 interviews after the 100 interviews? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm planning to go back on more technical stuff. I have other things in my mind, some reviews, maybe some small reviews videos, but I need to work on that. I'm still working on that. So for sure, I'll go back on Docker first of all, and then I'll see. It will be a really long here. I think that now, if I go back... it will not take like 2 weeks to create a 3 minutes video, at least. I hope so. So I've not done this still, but So I'll go back on technical stuff. This is what. And interviews, I think that they will not stop because I really like to do that. Maybe not one per day, but I'll keep doing those. I'll keep maybe inviting some people sometimes. So this is what I'm planning to do. I'm also looking forward if you invite me. I'm open to anything.
We'll do something.
Yeah. We have time. So happy holidays. So thank you, guys. It has been really a pleasure to have you both here. Yeah, it is a little bit crazy, but that's it. So,
there you go.
Yeah. So time to go. Bye, everyone.
Take it easy, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Happy Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Buggy Christmas. Bye.